If you've noticed that things aren't quite what they used to be intimately, and you've quietly wondered whether that part of your life is simply over, stay with me for the next few minutes, because I don't think it's over at all. I think in most cases, it's simply blood flow. And blood flow is something plants have been quietly repairing for thousands of years, long before pharmacies existed. Today I'm showing you 5 plants growing in backyards and gardens all over the world, maybe even in yours right now, that generations before us trusted to keep that spark alive well past 70. Stick around for the last one. It has a nickname so unusual, farmers whisper it instead of saying it out loud. Before we start, drop a comment and tell me what country you're watching from today. I love seeing how far this little community has grown. We'll start gently with something you probably already have in your kitchen. For centuries, traditional healers across the Americas added cayenne pepper to warming teas and tonics, believing it woke the blood up. Modern science actually backs part of that old wisdom. Capsaicin, the compound that makes cayenne hot, is known to dilate blood vessels and improve circulation in the smaller vessels throughout the body, the ones furthest from the heart. To use it, start small. A pinch in warm water with honey and lemon each morning, or a light dash added to soups. A little goes a long way. Next, a root sailors used to chew raw on long voyages to stay warm and steady. Traditional Chinese medicine has used ginger for over 2,000 years to move stagnant blood, their words for poor circulation. Ginger warms the body from the inside and has well-documented anti-inflammatory properties that support healthy blood vessels. The simplest way to use it: slice fresh ginger, steep it in hot water for 10 minutes, add a little honey, a quiet ritual, morning or night. If this kind of quiet, practical wisdom feels different from everything else on YouTube, that's because it is. And if you want a new one every week, this is a good moment to hit subscribe. It genuinely helps this channel keep growing. Ancient Egyptian laborers building the pyramids were rationed garlic daily, believed to keep them strong for the work ahead. For just as long, physicians have turned to it for the heart and the vessels that carry blood through the entire body. When garlic is crushed, it releases a compound called allicin, which supports your body's production of nitric oxide, the very molecule your blood vessels use to relax and widen, letting blood move more freely everywhere it needs to go. To use it, crush a clove and let it sit for 10 minutes before eating. That's what activates the allicin. Then add it to olive oil and greens. Roman soldiers ate beets before battle, convinced it gave them strength and staying power. It turns out they weren't entirely wrong. Beets are naturally rich in dietary nitrates, which your body converts into that same nitric oxide we just talked about, the exact relaxation and widening effect that circulation medications try to recreate artificially. It's the same reason modern athletes drink beet juice before competing. Roast them with a little olive oil, or juice a raw beet with apple and ginger for a stronger version. And now, the one I promised you. In the mountains of Sichuan, China, a goat herder noticed something strange. After his goats grazed on a particular leafy plant, they became unusually energetic with each other, far more than usual. Curious, he began feeding it to the rest of his herd and watched the same thing happen again. Word spread through the village, and the plant was given the name it still carries today. In traditional Chinese medicine, it's called yin-yang huo, and it has been used for well over 1,000 years. Researchers have since studied a compound inside it called icarin, looking at how it may support healthy blood flow to the areas of the body most affected by age-related circulation decline through a pathway similar, in principle, to how modern circulation medications work. And that similarity is exactly why I need to be honest with you here. Because of that shared pathway, this plant should never be combined with nitrate heart medication or blood pressure medication without talking to your doctor. First, mixing vasodilators can be genuinely dangerous. This is precisely why we always say, check with your doctor first, especially if you're on any medication. Used thoughtfully though, it's often grown as an ornamental, shade-loving ground cover, meaning it may already be quietly growing somewhere in your own garden, and the dried leaves are traditionally steeped as a tea. None of these 5 plants are magic, and none of them replace what your doctor can do for you. But what they represent is something powerful. For thousands of years, people didn't have pharmacies. They had gardens. And they used what grew there patiently, consistently, to take care of the parts of themselves that mattered most at every age. If one of these 5 surprised you, tell me in the comments which one it was. And don't forget to subscribe. There's a new video like this one every week. Quick disclaimer. This video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Nothing here is medical advice. Always consult a qualified healthcare professional before using any herbal remedy, especially if you are pregnant, nursing, or taking medication, including blood pressure or heart medication.